All right, let's jump right in. We're going to explore this really ancient cosmic puzzle from the Avatamsaka Sutra. Now, this is a story that, well, it completely turns our ideas about reality and perception on their head.
And that question is really the heart of this whole thing. You could almost think of it like a detective story, right? But the clues aren't footprints or fingerprints, they're actually states of consciousness.
So let's paint the picture. You have to imagine this moment. The Buddha has just achieved full, complete enlightenment, and he's not alone. He's surrounded by this incredible, almost ocean-like assembly of enlightened beings, bodhisattvas from all over the cosmos. And in this crowd, there's this one particular being, named Bodhisattva Puyen, which means universal eye.
So, Puyen steps forward, and he has this really important question. He asks the Buddha, where is the great bodhisattva Puxian? Now, Puxian is basically a legend, a being of just immense power and virtue known everywhere.
And the Buddha's reply is, well, it's so simple, but it's completely baffling. He just says, he is here, among you. So you can imagine what happens next, right? This whole massive assembly of super aware beings, they all start looking around, and they find nothing. No Puxian. They don't even see an empty seat where he was supposed to be. He's just gone.
Okay, so Pian, remember his name is Universal Eye. He decides to take things up a notch. He's not just going to look around with his physical eyes, no. He unleashes his own incredible power. He enters 10,000, that's right, 10,000 different deep meditative states. These things called samadhi, trying to find Puxian on some other level of reality.
But you know what? Even that wasn't enough. The text says he went even deeper, into what's called asamkhya samadhis. Now, that's a number that basically means incalculable. It's so big you can't even write it down. And the result? Still nothing. A total dead end. He can't sense Puxian's body, his mind, his voice, not even a hint of where he is. The most powerful search imaginable just failed.
So what in the world is going on? I mean, why can't anybody see him? This clearly isn't just a game of cosmic hide-and-seek. The Buddha is setting up a huge teaching moment here, something to reveal a much deeper truth about what reality even is.
And then the Buddha just lays it all out. This is the heart of the mystery. Puxian isn't invisible because he's hiding. He's impossible to see because his body is the fabric of reality itself, what they call the Dharma realm. Think about that. He doesn't have a body inside the universe. His very presence is the universe. He's not in a location. He is existence, everywhere, all at once, with no borders.
And this really frames the whole problem perfectly. See, the entire assembly was looking for what we think of as a body, something in a fixed spot, something solid and separate, something you can see with your eyes. But Puxian's presence, that's totally different. It's pervasive, it's all interconnected, and it's fundamentally beyond what our normal senses can pick up. They were basically trying to catch water in a net. They were using completely the wrong tools for the job. To really drive the point home, the Buddha uses this absolutely brilliant analogy. He asks them, hey, if a magician creates an illusion, like a mirage, can you point to where that illusion lives? Where is its home? And of course you can't. It has no real substance. And then he says, Puxian's reality is even more subtle, even more boundless than that.
So everyone's still stuck, right? And the Buddha realizes they need a whole new approach. He tells them, basically, stop looking. Stop trying to find him with your senses. You have to start aligning your own mind. This is the real secret. This is how you perceive something that's beyond perception.
And he gives them these instructions, a three-part method. First, he says, you have to generate this deep, sincere feeling of reverence. Second, you have to unify your mind and observe not a single spot, but the entirety of reality. And third, and this is the most crucial part, you have to align your own goals, your own vows, with the very same vows that Puxian represents. Basically, to see him, they had to start becoming like him.
So this whole huge assembly does this. They make this massive internal shift, a total recalibration of their consciousness. And then, the impossible happened. He appeared. And listen, his appearance wasn't like someone just walking into the room. It was a full-on cosmic event. The whole universe reacted. Clouds of jewels and flowers started raining from the sky, all the world systems trembled, the celestial music filled the cosmos, and a great light just purified everything. And here's the kicker, the part that perfectly shows his nature. He appeared right there, sitting next to the Buddha. And at the exact same instant, he appeared in every other world, all across the entire cosmos, all at the same time.
But, seeing this incredible, mind-blowing vision, that wasn't the real reward. That was just the key unlocking the door to the real teaching.
Because once Pushan was finally visible, the Buddha didn't just say, "Great job, everyone." No, he turned to Pushan and asked him to explain, for everybody's benefit, the actual methods, the states of mind that let a being achieve that kind of boundless, all-encompassing reality.
And to be specific, the Buddha asked him to reveal the 10 great samadhis. Think of these as the 10 master keys, the spiritual technologies that unlock this ultimate state of being.
And here are just a few of them. Their names alone tell you so much about what they do. The Universal Light Samadhi, the Dharma Realm Freedom Samadhi. You see, these aren't just names for meditations. They're like blueprints for creating a consciousness that is totally free, completely unobstructed, and present everywhere at once. This is the very path that all enlightened beings, past, present, and future, have walked.
And the sutra puts a fine point on it, making it crystal clear. This isn't just some special power that only Puxian has. Mastering these states, achieving this boundless body of reality, that is the very definition of what it means to be a Buddha.
So what does this all mean for us? This ancient mystery, it's not just some cool story. It's a timeless lesson about our own perception. It's asking us to wonder, what if the most profound truths of our own lives aren't things we're supposed to see with our eyes, but are just waiting for us to develop the right state of mind to perceive them? It really makes you think, doesn't it? What invisible realities might we be missing just because we're not looking in the right way?